Hello everyone! Today we're starting a new chapter, new unit. There's only one section for this chapter. Okay, so today we're gonna learn arithmetic sequence. Look at the warm-up question. In the given sequence 1, 4, 7, 10, 13, and 16, what is the pattern? Okay, everyone, let's find the pattern. What is the pattern? So this is increasing, right? The numbers are increasing. Goes up by one number. It goes up by 3. So we say it goes up by 3. Then let's find the next number in the sequence. So 1, 4, 7, 10, 13, 16. What's the next number? 19. So the next number is 19. And find the 12th number, 12th term. Alright, so this is the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. So we're going to find the 12th term. So let's just keep listing everything. Are we there yet? So 3, 6, 9, 12. 12th number, 34. So the 12th number is 34. But everyone, what if the question asks you to find 100th number, right? So how would you find 100th term? Any idea? So in this case, we're going to look into the pattern, alright? So first term, so we use T1. We use T1 for the first term. T1, what is the first term? It was 1, right? So the first term is 1. And the second term, it goes up by 3. So we add 3 here. The second term is 1 plus 3, right? What about the third term? So we add 3 again. So 1 plus 3 plus 3, which is 7. So the third term is 7. What about fourth? That will be 1 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. So 1 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 is 10. Fourth term is 10. So remember, it is increasing by 3. Then everyone, let's make a pattern here. First term is 1. And the second term is 1 plus 3. You add 3 only once, right? So that is 1 plus 3 times 1. What about the third term? 1 plus 3 plus 3. So you add 3 twice. Then that is same as 1 plus 3 times 2. What about the fourth term? You add 3 times. Then that will be 1 plus 3 times 3. Alright? Okay, do you see any pattern now? Here, so I'm just going to rewrite it. So this is 1 plus 3 times 0, because you're not adding any 3 here, right? So first term, if it's the first term, you add 3 0 times. Second term, you add 3 once. Third term, you add 3 twice. And fourth term, you add 3 times. Then everyone, what about 100th term? Then that will be 1 plus 3 times one number. That should be 99. Then using your calculator, let's calculate it. What is it? If you put this into your calculator, that will be 298. So 100th term, that is 298. Then what if we have nth term? Then you add 3 how many times? So when it's 4, it's 3. When it's 100, it's 99. When it's n, how many 3s would you add? That will be n minus 1. Okay? So this is the formula. This is general term. We call this general term. Alright, everyone? Okay, and I want you to look at this. So what do you think the word sequence means? A sequence is, I want you to write this down, a list of things that are in order or have pattern. So there are two types of sequence, a finite sequence and infinite sequence. So finite sequence, it has the last number. So for example, when we have 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, so this is a sequence, this is an arithmetic sequence, goes up by 2, and the last term is 9. Infinite sequence, of course, this goes on and on and on forever, right? So it will be, for example, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, and it goes on and on and on forever, right? Okay, so arithmetic sequence has a common difference between terms. So arithmetic sequence. So in grade 10, we're only learning arithmetic sequence. So arithmetic sequence goes up by the same number, like this. It goes up by 3, and this one goes up by 2 and goes up by 3. It goes up by or decreased by the same number. That is called arithmetic sequence. So arithmetic sequences have a common difference. So since this one goes up by 3, the common difference is 3. So the difference between two terms, right? So difference between two terms. Okay, so how do we find the common difference? We can simply subtract two terms, 3 minus 1, which is 2. So the common difference of this sequence is 2. What about this one? So we can just simply subtract, just pick two terms and subtract 12 minus 9. And that is 3, and that is a common difference. So how do we find the common difference? So here, say we have nth term, and we have n minus 1th term. We subtract, and that is the common difference. So we use D for common differences. All right? So in pre-calculus 11, you're going to learn geometric sequence. So arithmetic sequence has common difference, and geometric sequence has common ratio. So I'm just going to let you know the example of geometric sequence. So say I have 1, this is my first term, and second term is 3, third term 9, fourth term 27, fifth term 81. This is geometric sequence. You're going to learn this in Pre-Calculus 11, all right? So what's the difference? As I said, it has a common ratio. You multiply the same number. But arithmetic sequence, you add the same number. Okay, so arithmetic sequence has a common difference, and geometric sequence has a common ratio. Make sense, everyone? Okay, so before we move on, we're going to look at this one again, okay? So we found nth term. So this is the general term. So we're going to make this, we're going to generalize this. So here, we know Tn is the nth term, right? Tn equals, what about 1? 1 is the first term, right? 1 is the first term. So Tn is always the first term plus, what is this? 3. 3 is common difference. We use D for common difference, right? So T1 plus D times n minus 1. So this is the formula. So this is the general term formula. I want you to remember this, okay? Here. So T1 is the first term. N is the number of terms. The number of terms. D is the common difference. So the general term, you add the first term plus n minus 1 times the difference, all right? Okay, let's move on. Example 1, are the following arithmetic sequence? If so, write the general term Tn. So let's see if it has a common difference. Look at this. 34 to 41 increased by one number. 7. 41 to 48 increased by 7 and increased by 7. Okay? So they're increased by 7. Right. And we know the formula. I just want you to write down the formula first. And what's the first term? We know T1 equals 37. And what's the common difference? D equals 7. Then we have all the information, right? So general term Tn equals 34 plus n minus 1 times 7. Okay? And after that, let's expand it. To simplify, we're going to expand 7 times n and 7 times negative 1 and simplify. 7n, 34 minus 7 is 27. So this is the general term. So after finding this, you have to simplify it, all right? Okay, let's move on to the next question. B. I have half, negative 0.5, and negative 14, and negative 27.5. Is it decreasing or increasing? This is decreasing, right? Decrease by, from here to here, negative 13.5. The next one, decrease by 13.5. Okay, it has a common difference, right? So T1 equals negative 0.5. And the common difference is negative 13.5. So we have all the information we need. We just need to use this formula, right? Okay, so let's use the formula. So Tn equals negative 0.5 plus n minus 1 times negative 13.5. Now, all you need to do is just simplify the equation, right? So this is the answer. If you simplify, you're going to get this answer. Make sense, everyone? Okay, let's move on to the example 2. So here we have 12th term and 22nd term. Find the first three terms of the sequence. Okay, so using this, we're going to find out T1, the first term, and the common difference. Okay, so T12. So let's use the formula. T12 is T1 plus, we don't know what T1 is, T1 plus the common difference times 11. So if you're not used to this, just look at the formula. The formula is Tn equals T1 plus n minus 1 times d. So this is the formula. And if it is 12th term, you should have the first term first here, T1 plus the common difference times 11. That is 12th term. Is that right? And T22, that is T1 plus d times 21. Remember, if it is 12, you have to subtract 1. You have to multiply 11. And if it is 22, subtract 1. You have to multiply 21. Right? And we know 12, T12 is 52. And we know T22 is 102. Right, what we're going to do is we're going to use those two equations to find T1 and D. Remember, we learned systems of equation? We're going to use the systems of equations. Okay, I'm going to rewrite it here. T1 plus d times 11 is the same as 11d. That is 52. T1 plus 21d equals 102. Okay, and we're going to use the elimination method. Okay, let's subtract. T1 minus T1 is gone. 11d minus 21d, that's negative 10d. 52 minus 102, that's negative 50. Okay, negative 10d equals negative 50. Then d should be, you're dividing both sides by negative 10. So negative 50 divided by 10 should be positive 5. Okay, so d equals positive 5. Okay, so we found d. And now, using one of those equations, we're going to find T1. So T1 plus 11 times d equals 52. Then T1 plus 11 times 5 equals 52. Right? So T1 plus 55 equals 52. So now we're going to subtract 55 from both sides. Then T1 equals 52 minus 55 is negative 3. So we have all the information, T1 and the common difference. So we're starting from, the answer will be, we're starting from negative 3 and it goes up by 5. Then that will be, negative 3 plus 5 will be 2. 2 plus 5 will be 7. So it asks you to find the first three terms. So this is the answer. Okay? Let's look at example 3. Given the first term t1 equals -5 and the common difference 2, determine the general term for this arithmetic sequence. So remember the formula, t1 plus n minus 1 times d. So we're just going to use the formula. So tn equals -5 plus n minus 1 times 2. All right? And let's simplify. -5. So we're going to expand. Then 2n minus 2. Then tn will be 2n, -5 plus -2 is -7. So after simplifying, you get 2n minus 7. The first 5 term of this arithmetic sequence, you're starting from -5, goes up by 2. So -3, -1, +1, +3. What term number? It's asking you the term number, right? So for example, here, it's asking you n, okay? It wants you to find n here, the term number. So what term number is 27? So when the term is 27, we want to find n, okay? So tn, so remember, tn equals 2n minus 7. It says the term is 27, and it's asking you to find n. Okay, how would you find it? Add 7. Then 37 equals 2n. Then n should be 17. So 17's term is 27. So this is the answer. Alright, grade 10. This is the last lesson. Okay, so this is the last lesson. And I'm going to give you guys the last homework. So I want you to finish your homework. And I want you to review everything because we're just wrapping up the term, and you need to know this concept for pre-calculus 11. So over the summer, I want you to review what I have taught online, right? Okay, everyone. Thanks for watching and have a nice day. Bye-bye.